Go ahead and drop where y'all are tuning in from. Looks like we have a couple local Kansas folks. A lot of Kansas City, Overland Park, Lenexa. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. I'll give it like another 30 seconds and then we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks, y'all. All right, we are going to go ahead and kick off our event. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. Really appreciate your time. You're going to be getting a really exclusive look into KU's wellness services and recreation centers today. And at this event, you'll learn about all the resources on campus that are available to our students. So really quickly to introduce myself, my name is Nancy Stoms. I'm the Associate Director for Campus Visits and Events here at KU. As you can see, I am originally from Florida. So if you haven't dropped where you're from yet, go ahead and put that in the chat. I'm happy to be connecting with all of you today. So I am going to hand it over to Zach for the Watkins component of our event tonight. So we have Zach Newby, one of our health educators, live at Watkins Health Center. Also, if you guys didn't know this, you can pick up your prescriptions right on campus, which is super convenient. So I'll let Zach take it away with how all of that works and other health resources available on campus.
Hey folks, thanks for joining and thanks for coming to look at Watkins. My name is Zach. I use they, them, or he, him pronouns, and I'm a health educator at Watkins Health Services, but specifically at the Health Education Resource Office. We're going to get into a little bit later about what that actually means, but what the Health Education Resource Office does is connect you all to as many wellness resources as possible, and that's why I'm talking to you all today. So welcome to Watkins Health Center. We are directly across from Ambler Rec Center or directly across from Robinson Rec Center on the edge of campus near Naismith Hall down at the end of Daisy Hill. You will find us there. If there's nothing else that you take away from this short conversation, just know that Watkins is here and Watkins is here to serve you. So many students, including myself, at our time at KU, don't use the resources that you all already pay for or that you have access to. So when you come to KU, especially as freshmen and sophomore, when you live on campus, you pay health fees. And with health fees, you have access to a lot, almost the majority of Watkins Health Services right at your fingertips. So know that we are here and we are to help all your health needs. There are physicians here, there are nurses here, there are PAs here, we have radiologists, we have pharmacists, we have so much going on for you all here. So let's talk about what all that means. The first thing to know is right now things look a little different at Watkins Health Center because of COVID, right? So if you come here, if you come to the front door, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to get screened by one of our nurses or PAs or docs out here, and they're going to make sure that it's okay for you to come in, and they're also going to see why you're here. So why are you here? Appointments, right? So right now, appointment making looks a little different. You should, right now, if you come to campus, especially like this summer and maybe at the beginning of next fall, not too sure yet, the first thing you should do is call and you should see if you can get a telehealth appointment. Right now, Zoom appointments is the big thing. So telehealth, the doctors can see you over Zoom and it's totally free. We do have some online appointment making. So if you are here for a flu shot, women's or men's health or gender affirming care, those appointments are still made online, but everything else you should call and see if you can get a telehealth appointment over Zoom. That is for your safety, for other students' safety, and for everyone who works at Watkins. But they can do pretty much all the same stuff. They can make sure if you're feeling sick, if you're feeling ill, you think you have a virus, they can diagnose you and they can get you what you need, even though it's all over Zoom. So please know that. The other thing is walk-ins, right? So if you have to come here and you have to do a walk-in, thing you should do is call ahead and make sure that they have what you need. So the next thing that's really cool here is we're going to move a little bit is we have, like Nancy said, we have a pharmacy here. So our pharmacists and pharmacy interns provide counseling about your prescriptions. They can tell you what drug interactions what you might be taking. They do so much. They are so knowledgeable. And really, like I said, if you have any questions about the medications that you have, if you need a prescription filled, if you even need like a recommendation on over-the-counter medications, this is where to go. They can help you out. They're really amazing. And some cool things about the pharmacy, right? So if you can see in there on the right, we have a lot of over-the-counter medications. We have a lot of hygiene products. There's condoms. There's all sorts of really cool stuff in there. And I'm telling you the truth here, almost everything over there, over the counter stuff is cheaper here than anywhere else. So if you are a student and you need to get like Mucinex, or Zyrtec or ibuprofen, come here before you go anywhere else because it's so much cheaper, I guarantee. So if you do come here and you need an appointment, normal times pre-COVID and hopefully fall and spring, if you have an appointment, you would come over here to records and registration, and they have patient check-in areas. So you just go over there, you go to the person, you say why you're here, and they'll get you checked in and see where you need to go. So you can also do these check-in kiosks on the wall. If you've already scheduled an appointment, it's going to be pretty easy here to check in as well. And so another thing, especially if you're going to be a freshman, coming on to Watkins, going anywhere in KU is really confusing. You might get lost. So first thing you come in here, you go to this information desk. There's going to be someone called a health navigator here who's actually going to be a fellow student, and they can get you going to the right spot, right? You need to go upstairs, somewhere back there, check in, whatever they need, they can direct you to. So that's super handy to know. So we're going to keep moving. So over here is the Health Education Resource Office, which is what I'm a part of. So right now it looks a little different because the health educators, everyone in our office is actually working remotely except for 1 or 2 days of the week. Normally, in here, this first room, we have peer health educators. So if you're interested in getting like working with our office and working with wellness with other students, we have peer health educators in here. And then we have our graphic designer, who is an amazing human who does so much work for us in this front office. And then Jenny, myself, and Afton, who are the health educators, our offices are back there. So when you come back here and things look normal again, you'll see that we have some like general info, and then we'll have tobacco cessation kits, we'll have food kits, we'll have safer sex kits, lots of cool free stuff up here. So if you ever need any of that, come up here and get it. And then our office. So like I said, I'm a health educator and we're the Health Education Resource Office. What does that mean? So all things wellness. Each one of us, all the health educators, have a different content area. Myself, I am in charge of alcohol, I'm in charge of cannabis, drugs, and then also what I call daily life, which is stress and anxiety and knowing what your coping skills are and stuff like that. And then we have Afton, who does tobacco cessation and vaping, and then all of our nutrition stuff as well. And then we have Jenny, who's our boss, who organizes us all, who's in so many different places on campus, teaches, and then also is in charge of our sex positive coaching and our sex education. So all those content areas. What do? We talk to you all. So we're in a really unique position where we're not physicians, we're not clinicians, we're not therapists. We are totally confidential, educated folks who are all about, like I said, wellness and harm prevention. So we want to get you all the information that you all need to have fun on campus, to be safe on campus, and to do all these things that we talked about in the best way, in the most healthy way, right? And the other cool thing is, unless you're like getting in trouble on campus and forced to see us, all of our services are free. And almost all of our services are one-on-one counseling. So you come to our offices, or right now you schedule a Zoom appointment with us, and then we talk to you about whatever you need, whether it be alcohol or sex or like a diet or anything that you want to talk about. We are here for. So to make an appointment, you can literally just go to the Health Education Resource Office on the Watkins Health Services and just click our name, right? It'll see like that. This will say Jenny, Afton, Zach, and you can just click make an appointment, and it is that easy. So that's what I have for you all today. If you have any questions, go to our Instagram, the Hero KU or KU Hero. We're building up there all semester. And this one specifically, we're going to have Mindful Monday, which I'll lead like a body scan or meditation. Afton is going to have an unboxing. She's going to talk about nutrition. I'll be surprised. Jenny is going to do Sex Positive Friday, the last Friday of the month. Lots of cool stuff for you all to tune in. So send us a DM there if you have any questions. And thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Zach. We really appreciate your time. Thanks for giving us that behind the scenes look. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Jeremy. So we have Jeremy Chance, who is one of our facility managers, and Emma, who is a student live from the Ambler Rec Center right now. So to keep track of your student ID, just make sure that like that's the number one thing that you remember to have on you, because you do need your student ID for access to many other resources, but also to get into the rec center. So enough tips for me. I'm going to kick it over to the rec center folks so you guys can learn about all of those opportunities.
All right, welcome to the Ambler Student Recreation Center, home of KU Recreation Services. My name is Jeremy Chance. Use the pronouns he, him, his. I work here full-time. I'm one of 9 full-time professionals, but our facility and all of our services are mainly run by about 100 student employees, one of which is Emma.
Hey guys, I'm Emma Bensinger. I use she, her, hers pronouns. I'm a 5th-year senior graduating in May. I'm studying sports management with a minor in psychology, and I'm one of the facility program managers here in our building.
Yeah, so we're here today to take you on a tour of the rec. We're going to share a little bit of information about our programs and services, how you can access all of these amenities. And we'll start first with your membership. I know it was just mentioned, your student membership is included in your fees and tuition as part of the required campus fee. So as long as you're paying your tuition, those student fees, you have access to our building, all of our programs and services. We do have some options. If you're maybe an online student, maybe you're a student at the Edwards campus or the medical campus, we do have those membership options that you can come check in with our membership services team and our admin office. Otherwise, as long as you're paying those student fees, you do have access to our facility. Emma will tell you a little bit of how to get in.
Yes, as it was mentioned, to get into our facility, you either need your KU ID and you'll swipe in at the front. You can give your student ID number to the assistant who's working at the front desk, or you can download our new app, which holds a lot of information about our services and programs. And it also can get you a personalized barcode that you can scan at our front desk.
All right, now we're here at our Welcome Center. It's not only where you check in to gain access to the rec, you can also check out all kinds of equipment, sport and fitness. We'll talk a little about that in a minute. As you can see, we do have our plexiglass shields up at the Welcome Center and throughout the facility. It's just one measure we're doing to keep our students safe during COVID-19. Hopefully by the time you're here in the fall, all of this stuff will be gone and we'll be back to normal. But again, we're doing what we need to keep our team safe. Emma, tell them a little about the type of equipment that we have available.
So we have some indoor sports equipment, including men's and women's basketballs, volleyballs, soccer, and futsal balls when our indoor arena will become available. And we have rackets for things like badminton, squash, racquetball, and pickleball. And then we also have some outdoor sports equipment, basketballs, soccer balls, volleyballs, and tennis rackets and balls to be used outside. Jeremy?
Now, in addition to all that sport equipment, we also have a variety of fitness equipment that you can check out as well. Again, here at our Welcome Center, we have resistance bands with handles, without handles, large and small. We have jump ropes, we have ab wheels for all that core work. We have weight training belts, squat belts, and dip belts, and even some boxing gloves that you can check out here. All you need is that KU ID or your KU ID number. All of our equipment is cleaned in between uses to keep things sanitary and safe. We also have towel service available. So we have workout towels, we have shower towels for use free, again, a part of your membership, as well as cleaning towels throughout the facility to wipe down your equipment in between uses. It's also worth mentioning that we do have locker rooms available. We have a men's locker room, a women's locker room, as well as a gender neutral changing room, all located on our main floor.
Our Welcome Center, the students working here are able to answer all the questions about our services and programs. The goal is to provide a safe and welcoming environment for you all when you come into the facility, and that starts right here at our Welcome Center. As we continue throughout the building, hopefully things will look different when you join us in the fall. But in order for to protect students and to remain open, we've moved much of our strength and fitness equipment and repurposed some of our spaces to provide a 10 feet space of physical distancing. And we hope we can put all of these equipments back and that we'll be able to keep the building safe.
All right, now we'll go and head into those activity spaces. And we'll start here first with CRT1. So CRT stands for cardiovascular resistance training. And typically, normally this space will be a combination of cardio and strength equipment. So some of the equipment is missing from this space, as we'll see it elsewhere throughout the facility. But mainly this is kind of our main cardio facility. So you'll see pieces of equipment like treadmills, ellipticals, stair climbers, our recumbent, which is a seated bike, as well as upright bikes, as well as an upper body ergometer. On the strength side, we have a selectorized equipment, pin selectorized. We have our multifunctional cable machines that can be used with a variety of attachments and grips for a variety of exercises and movements, as well as our multi-purpose free weight racks. We just added these just a few years ago, and they can be used for a variety of strength exercises. So squatting and deadlifting, bench pressing. We do have some multi-purpose or benches that you can kind of roll into your into the different station to do a variety of equipment. And then we do have in this space some equipment that's designed specifically for accessibility, including some cardio equipment as well. So if you have any accessibility needs, our team will definitely be happy to accommodate the best that we can. If you're unfamiliar with any equipment or you need any help in our fitness spaces, our fitness staff will be able to help. We have a desk down here. We have student staff that work in the space that could answer any questions and provide any help to you. We also have day use lockers since we don't allow for any bags or equipment to be left on the floor for safety purposes. So you store your stuff in a locker, set your 4-digit passcode, secure your stuff, and you'll be good to go. We do also have full-length lockers that are available to be checked out for $15 for the semester, where you can keep all of your stuff. One more space down here that's currently being repurposed, but we just affectionately refer to it as our weight room. So as you can see, we currently have some strength equipment in here, but typically this space is used for dumbbells, fixed barbell weights, and benches for various exercises. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Emma to talk to you about one of our newest spaces, the Functional Fitness Studio.
All right, guys. A couple of years ago, we converted into a functional fitness studio. It has unique equipment designed for more functional movements, things like fire boxes, box transport bars, and vehicles and other specialized equipment. Due to COVID, there is a limited number of people who can work out in this space. Normally, it's full of people exercising and using the equipment. Now we on to some of the more sports side of our facility. Here we have another racquetball court that right now is converted to a squash court. Table tennis. And now next we have 4 basketball courts. Normally it's used for pickup games. It can also be volleyball courts. And as you can see, we offer things like you can see is out, so they're not using it, but just a rebounding machine. These courts also are home to our sports clubs. The difference competitive, you try out for your team and you usually travel and compete against other school sport clubs team. Intramurals is more fun to play with your friends. You can be in a rec league or competitively. Both information for both of those things can be found on our website. And now we'll pass it back to Jeremy to tell you some fun facts about our courts.
All right. Well, KU has a very proud tradition, proud tradition in its logo, the Jayhawk. And KU Recreation Services has incorporated this into our basketball court. So there's 6 versions or varieties of the Jayhawk, and we have the original from 1912 and the current ones from 1946 up on the wall. But instead of it's the 4 other basketball courts are named for a year the logo changed. So instead of naming our courts 1 through 4 or A through D, we have courts 1920, 1923, 1929, and 1941. Up on our second level is where we have a couple of different unique areas. The first of which is our elevated track. It is a 1/4 mile track or 4 laps to a mile. It has kind of a unique shape due to the addition in our facility. So we opened our main part of the facility in 2003, which wraps around the 4 main Jayhawk courts. But when we added on the Oriad side, we completed in 2008. Emma will show you that in a little bit. It wraps around 2 more basketball courts and an indoor soccer arena. Because the track connects at these 2 portions, it's not your traditional oval-shaped track, and we have a couple extra turns. Midwest, the weather here in the Midwest, we do have some colder seasons, so you can certainly imagine the track gets a lot of use. We do have a number of stretching and core exercise areas throughout the facility up here on our second floor. We also have some rowing machines, a water rower, a wind resistance rower. And then finally up here is our CRT2 area, cardiovascular resistance training 2, where we have more cardio and strength equipment. A nice view into our CRT1 area, and then an open area that we typically use as a cycling studio for one of our KU Fit classes. Speaking of KU Fit, I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Emma to talk a little bit about a couple of our fitness programs and show you the Oriad.
KU Fit is our group exercise program. Classes are mainly held here in our aerobic studio, and as you can see, there is a class going on right now. There's a variety of classes: cardio-based like Zumba and cycling, strength-based, body pump, or mind-focused, so yoga, things like that. COVID has reduced the number of people we can have in our class and the classes that are offered. So this year, our KU Fit program is free. Normally, it comes with a cost. You can pay full semester, half semester, or paid by the class. Another thing that our building offers is personal training packages. And those are student trainers who have been nationally certified, and you can do one-on-one training or group-based training as well. As Jeremy mentioned, the Oriad expansion opened in 2008, and so this part of our building has 2 more basketball courts, which is used for volleyball, basketball, badminton, and pickleball. This part of our building also has 2 more racquetball courts, as well as a martial arts studio, which is a padded room primarily used by our sports clubs, but it is open when there isn't anyone in that part of our building. Now let's send it back to Jeremy. One of the more impressive features of the
All right, welcome to our chalk rock climbing wall, home of our Outdoor Pursuits Program area, or ODP for short. We have a 42 feet tall climbing wall. Typically, we have 6 belay lines available, but due to COVID, we're only limited to 5 members in the space at a time. But we do have staff trained who will do the belaying for climbers, which means they hold the tight end of the rope on the ground while you do the climbing. However, if you have experience as a belayer or want to be certified as a belayer, our ODP staff can test you out, and you can do that on your own. All equipment, including shoes, harnesses, ropes, are provided for you. In addition to rope climbing, we do have areas designed for bouldering or free climbing without harnesses. The floor is padded, don't worry, so if you fall, it's padded, you'll be okay. But it's about 12 feet high, and we do have that climbed around 2 sides of the wall down here. In addition, so the chalk rock climbing bouldering walls are only one aspect of our Outdoor Pursuits program. The ODP office does rent equipment that you can take away from the rec and use in the outdoors. So equipment like tents, we have 2 to 6 person tents. We have canoes, kayaks, paddleboards, cooking supplies, cook sets and stoves, coolers, backpacks, and hammocks. So if you wanted to go for a trip for the weekend, you could just rent some equipment for a small fee. That equipment can be rented and then returned. That's all for our ODP program area. Emma, I'll send it back to you for a highlight of the last few activity spaces in the rec.
Here we have our Oriad Arena, which is traditionally an indoor soccer arena. Right now, we've repurposed the space to allow for some more physical distance when using free weights and things like that. It can be a full court or a half court. We can drop the curtain for half court. We use murals here. Sport clubs can practice here, and it's also open for open rec soccer usage as well. Arena can also be used for dodgeball. Another thing you can check out at the rec. This side of the building has a couple unique features. Back in the corner, we have a box master, which is for arts training. We offer some speed bag and heavy bag for more boxing training. And that black box in the back there is a golf simulator. Range makes video games. You can bring your club or text them out at the rec and play 9 or 18 holes. So that does it for our indoor activity spaces, and I'll send it back to Jeremy to highlight some of our outdoor spaces.
All right, thanks, Emma. So that was a quick overview of our main facility, the Ambler Student Recreation Fitness Center. KU Rec Services does have a number of outdoor spaces I just want to highlight here. We have 2 outdoor basketball courts just behind our building. We have 4 sand volleyball courts, 4 tennis courts, a turf outdoor field called Central Field, lined for soccer, rugby, ultimate frisbee, and then our outdoor field complex called Shank Fields Complex, 4 grass fields for intramural sports, and 4 for club sports. Most of those are lit fields, so you can play them through the night. And they have a space called Adams Campus, which is an outdoor challenge course used primarily for team building. We don't have a pool on site here at the Ambler Student Recreation Fitness Center, but we do have time available at the Robinson Hall where there's the pool on campus. So we have some time for student staff or student members to swim, to use that open swim time. I mentioned at the start that KU Rec Services does employ about 100 student staff. I mean, we're always looking for new students to work for us. We have a variety of positions. We have our operations staff that work in the membership office, that work here at the Welcome Center. We have fitness staff, so our CRT specialists, personal trainers, KU Fit instructors, our intramural sports staff. So we have a referees and officials, scorers and supervisors, sport club supervisors, ODP climbing wall staff. And then finally, our marketing team employs graphic designers, videographers, photographers, and then who run our social media accounts. All of these are entry-level positions, but there is opportunity for growth and promotion through our team. We generally hire at the start of each semester or generally as needed. So once you get to campus, you can look for at jobs.ku.edu and just search recreation. We're generally always hiring. That's all for recreation services. So check out our website, recreation.ku.edu. Check out all of our social media as well for all of our updates. But if you do make it to campus and you want to stop by our facility, we'd love to show you a tour, show you around here in person and rock chalk.
Thank you so much, Emma and Jeremy. Now you've got me in the mood with this beautiful weather that we're having today to go rent some camping materials and take myself down to Clinton Lake. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening. There's one more event that I also wanted to highlight, and I'll put that information in the chat if you wanted to register for it. It'll be the upcoming April 6th Watkins Tips and Tools virtual event. So you can get a little bit more deeper information on Watkins and some tools there and the resources that are available. So I put that information in the chat if you'd like to go ahead and register for that one as well. If not, that is the end of our programming for this afternoon. Just want to say a quick thank you again for joining us this evening. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and we'll talk to you later. Rock chalk.